Hey, and welcome to another video with me, this guy, Elmo Karjalainen. Good to have you along. Today I'm going to be taking a look at two pedals, the Ibanez Tubescreamer and the Tubescreamer Mini. But that was the original idea. But then I decided, well, why don't I just bring along the Boss SD-1 for good measure. So I'm going to compare these and see how they compare, mainly the two Tubescreamers, but also see how they compare to this, because this is kind of in the same direction, although it's not a Tubescreamer clone, but it's fairly same vibe-ish. But anyway, be right back after this intro. Alright, so I have the Tubescreamer set up and the SD-1 as well. Other than that, I have nothing else going on except for a volume pedal to get the volume under control so that I can actually sit here and talk to you without everything going crazy and bananas when I start playing, because these things are loud. So I'm running a custom mahogany Strat into the pedals, into a Marshall 1987X, into a Marshall cab with greenbacks, and that's mic'd with an AKG C414. I have all the pedals set to 12 o'clock, everything tone, drive, and so on. They all have the same controls. They have tone, they have level and drive, although they might have different names. But here is the first one. Now this is the most expensive one of the bunch. This is the Ibanez Ts808, the really classic kind of iconic pedal, and it costs quite a lot. I think it was $150 new on Amazon. Clearly the most expensive of the bunch. And it sounds like this with everything set to 12. Oh, wait a second. Maybe I should give you the clean sound first. Here's the clean sound. So as you can hear, it's not entirely clean. This amp never is. But here's the Ts808 with everything set to 12 o'clock. As you might expect, it sounds great, and as you might have noticed, there's no delay, because like I said, I don't have anything in the loop, no delay, nothing. So here's the mini Tubescreamer. Now this is the interesting thing. How does this sound compared to the Tubescreamer, the big brother? Because this is very much cheaper and it doesn't take up a lot of space on your pedal board. It's a bit hotter actually. Odd noise I just got. Well, anyway, it's a bit hotter than the big brother actually. Now here's the Super Overdrive compared to the two others. It's clearly hotter than either of the other two, and in my personal opinion, I like the sound a lot more than the other two. That's not to say that they're not good. They are. They're absolutely brilliant sounding pedals, but I just like the the SD-1 a bit more. Okay, I'll turn up the drive and the level on all the pedals to 3 o'clock and see what that does to the sound. And again, starting with the Tubescreamer Ts808. Very nice indeed. And here is the Tubescreamer Mini. And here is the Boss SD-1. Still the same story. The SD-1 is clearly hotter than the other two, and the the Mini Tubescreamer is slightly hotter than the big brother. The big brother of these pedals, the Tubescreamer Ts808, is not as hot as the other two, but that's something, if you like that, that's kind of personal taste, so I know some people like that more than having more gain. Personally, I like a bit more gain. And I also like the tonal, there's something about the SD-1 that appeals to me. I'll try with everything up on full, and I'll also turn the tone up just a bit, let's say to 2 o'clock, because I like the sound a bit brighter. Let's see what happens. Okay, so Ts808 first. Very nice. I like the sound of these things. Even though I prefer the SD-1, I really like the Tubescreamers when you turn up a bit of heat on them. And here's the Mini Tubescreamer. Nice. I'm not sure if there's a big difference now in terms of gain. I'll have to do a quick A/B. So I'll just play the Ts808 and switch over to the Mini Tubescreamer and back to see if there's a... I didn't notice such a big difference in gain when everything's on full, or when drive and level on are on full. Try the 808 again. And the Mini. Maybe there is a bit of a difference. There's actually a lot of difference in the noise that they make when you just turn them on and don't play. That's the TS808. And that's the Mini. Interesting. Anyway, here's the Boss SD-1 just for good measure to see how that compares. Very nice. I still prefer the Super Overdrive. I think that's a bit cheaper than the Tubescreamer Mini, roughly the same price, and the Ibanez Tubescreamer TS808 is a lot more expensive than either two. Now, one thing that you do notice, because I don't have a noise gate going on, is this. That's not a lot of fun to live with. So if you are using something with that much gain going on, like I have a bit of gain from the amp, and then you turn on gain from something, an overdrive or distortion, that's what you get. So what you need is one of these. This is a Boss NS2 noise suppressor. You don't have to have this one, it can be anyone. This is what I use in the studio, and live I use the fractal audio for that, because you can't just go around with this. It's not very nice at all. Now there is one more thing I'm going to try, because all of this comes down to personal preference. Build quality wise, the Boss it's a regular Boss, so it's built well. The TS808 is built like a tank. I think you could destroy a tank with it. The Tubescreamer Mini seems good, but still it doesn't really compare to the TS808, but it's well built, so no issues on that count. The good thing is with the Mini that it takes up less space on your pedal board. So these are all things that you might want to think about. This is something that I'm definitely thinking about, because I need to build a pedal board for a gig where I need to travel really light. I do think I'm going to go with that one anyway, but this was kind of an interesting test for me as well. So, before I end, I thought I'd try one more thing, which is to use a lot of overdrive from the SD-1, the Super Overdrive by Boss, and use the TS808 as a kind of slight added boost, the way I've heard some people use it, so that you have level up on full and drive down to 0 and tone right in the middle. I'll just dial in the sound. Okay, so drive at 0 on the TS808 and level up on full, and this is the clean sound again. This is just the TS808. This is just the Super Overdrive. And I'll play a bit with just the Super Overdrive, and then I'll add the TS808. metal. It's a great sound. It's not entirely maybe my sound, but I would be happy to live with that for the rest of my life. I think I have to do another A/B with one of these to check out, because it's really nice. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and please let me know which one you preferred and why, and whatever. If you thought this video was crap, let me know. And do feel free to share with your friends. Subscribe if you haven't already. Please do, because you'll get lots more of this kind of stuff. And in case you really liked it, please feel free to support me on Patreon, because I buy all the gear that I review, so you get an honest opinion. The next video I'm going to make is not going to be very positive, because I've actually tried something and I'm going to let you know about it. Anyway, I'll finish off with a bit of playing with the Super Overdrive and use the Tubescreamer as a kind of added boost. I hope you enjoyed this. Take care. See you. Bye.
Oh,